Now is travel journalist and founder, Travel Next Door, Pelu Awufeso. Good morning.
Good morning, thanks.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what's the state of tourism now?
There are two ways to answer the question. One, tourism is in a bad shape in the country. Two, there is a growing community of young Nigerians who are ensuring that tourism thrives.
Let me go with the positive now.
Okay.
So how are they going about that?
Basically using social media.
How so?
If you are on social media, if you follow travel trends, if you follow travel hashtags, you will see an army of young, driven, motivated, patriotic Nigerians who have seen what the country has got to offer, and they're going all out to explore, to enjoy these attractions, and then throwing pictures and images and visuals on social media. It's amazing.
I know I can see you've engaged with them. So what's the take home for you? What in Nigeria are they showcasing to the world?
They're showcasing everything a nation should showcase.
Okay,
from
like,
food
okay,
to landscape, from festivals to fashion. Everything you can think of, everything you go out of the country to see, these guys are ensuring that it's out there in the public space.
All right. And this only on social media?
Basically, the best way to get any information out right now, the fastest, the quickest way to get information about anything out to the public is via social media.
So how do Nigerians now, if we broaden this, now this is a group of young people, but how do you get the majority of Nigerians now to latch onto this? Because there's gloom in the air, there's kidnappings, and it's all been said. There's no point, raising it. But yes, and of course, in the face of travel advisories, given by certain countries against coming to Africa, to Nigeria especially. So how do you change the narrative out there?
Unfortunately, we're trying to go with the positive side of things. Unfortunately, the country has failed to be deliberate and strategic in its positioning. Every country in the world strives to position themselves. We haven't done that. What the people I'm talking about are doing now is helping Nigeria to position itself. I know a couple of people who wanted to come to the country, but who were advised not to. Even our own people abroad are told not to visit the country. Is that bad? We should not allow that to happen. So what do? We need to begin to encourage all of travel professionals across the entire value chain to promote Nigeria the more. Every country that has survived as a tourism country has had to do a bit of positioning every now and then. The US, Canada, Jamaica. Think of all the countries.
They've had to be
deliberate. Why are Nigerians going to South Africa? Why are they going to Ghana? There's something that they are seeing. There's something being pushed out to them via the media platforms. Why are we not doing the same thing? It's not easy, but it's possible.
Okay.
In the past, we're improving at some points in our tourism, but over the past couple of years, we've actually kind of gone down, we've failed, and there seems to be nothing happening in the tourism sector. Okay, but in the States, Lagos State has actually gone several steps ahead of so many of the states, trying to position Lagos as a destination for everybody to visit.
Destination hub.
Yes.
All right, Pelu Awufeso.
Well, it's nice to have you join me.
Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Thank you so much.
You have traveled almost to every village and every town in Nigeria and part of West Africa and also part of Africa. Yes, really interesting, I must say.
It's fascinating.
And besides you being a journalist, you've also written some books, which I see here right now. There's this one, Nigerian Festivals, and then Tour of Duty, and then White Lagos. Talk to us about some of these books and how is improving tourism so far.
Thank you so much, Peter. One of the things that I've tried to do in the course of my career as a travel journalist is to focus on travel literature.
All right.
Because I think literatures are powerful in communicating what the country has to offer.
But are Nigerians reading?
They are reading.
Because there is this complaint of Nigerians not reading.
Nigerians are reading, I can tell you. Yeah,
okay.
we may say majority do not really like to read anymore, but again, the thing is they are reading on the phone. They are reading on their, on their smartphones. And when you're able to make your books available in an e-version, people will access them. Now, talking about festivals in the country, Nigeria is officially in its festival season in August.
Oh, yeah.
Starting from the Salah holiday. There will be Dobas in northern Nigeria. There will be the Ojudioba Festival in Djibouti. There will be a festival in Calabar, the New Yam Festival in Calabar. So officially we are in the festival season.
Wow.
How much of this do we know? It is only the media and literature that can communicate that to people.
What
Nigerians
is really the challenge? Right? Because when you talk about the beauty, Nigeria has all the beauty. It has festivals, has fashion, has different kind of
landscape.
But when it comes to comparing with what goes on in Tanzania or South Africa or Kenya or Rwanda, Nigeria seems not to be on that scale. What's really different with Nigeria?
It's a question of positioning.
Okay.
How are we positioning Nigeria in the eyes of Nigerians and in the eyes of the world? We have failed woefully in that regard. And
so it has to do with packaging, is that?
It's packaging, it's branding, it's positioning.
Right.
In 2 weeks from now, there will be a conference of media professionals around the world in Rwanda. One of the things they'll be discussing is how do African countries position themselves in the light of so many negative news coming out of the country. It breaks my heart to see the sort of news that we are seeing in Taraba. The Taraba-Adamawa axis in this country has some of the most charming landscapes you could find anywhere in the country.
The Mambila.
The Mambila Plateau. It has the Gashaka-Gumti National Park, the biggest in the country. Awesome diversity. Why aren't we getting that information out into the world? Why will small countries be packaging themselves so nicely and Nigeria will not do half as much? What is the National Orientation Agency doing?
Okay.
At times like this, a country needs its NOA to educate the people, to also educate the world.
We remember the days of Yankari Games Reserve, you know, and at so many of those, you know, Obunike Cave,
Would you know that there are actually 7 national parks in the country?
Right.
Spread all over the country.
All over the country.
With amazing diversity. I was at the old Oyo National Park, for example, over the Easter holidays. Huge landscape of flora and fauna diversity, but nobody visits. The chalets are there wasting away. These are gorgeous places that Nigerians could holiday in, and they are all scattered around the country. Why are we not good? Because Nigerians don't know. I've had conversations with people who say there's nothing to see in Nigeria. It's a shame.
All right, now, but the point there is, certainly, I know a lot of people, individuals, are doing so much, but we know that tourism is a huge business.
It is indeed.
And government cannot handle all of those. In fact, like they say sometimes, government has no business in business. So how can we get the right investors into tourism to put Nigeria out there?
There is actually already a growing investment in the tourism industry in the country. We've had so many international brands set up hotel chains. We have a growing number of resorts, especially in the Lagos, on the Lagos Lekki-Epe corridor. We have many more people into travel and tours, travel agencies, tour operators, and all of that. All of them, they are all private sector people, ensuring that this destination, Nigeria, gets better image, branding in the rest of the world. We are not waiting for government. So many young people are on social media nowadays, exploring the country and sharing beautiful visuals on social media. That is getting the attention of so many people around the world. I know we have so many people coming into the country. Sometimes we have visa issues at the embassies, but in spite of all of the scary news coming out of the country, people are still coming.
All right. We have to leave it here now. So much to talk about, especially when you have books like this. Nigerian Festival is here, a tour of duty. White Lagos. Well, I can just imagine White Lagos.
This is about your festival of Lagos. There's so many festivals in the country that we can talk about.
Yeah, that's like the Ayo Festival. Exactly. Thank you very much, Pelu, our officer, for
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
And we wish you well in your going around and projecting Nigeria.
Thank you, and I hope you visit the festival soon.
Oh, yeah, of course. Trust me. Especially the New Yam Festival.
In Calabar.